guest stars Carolyn Jones and Michael Landon.
Currently is seen as, I guess, the prettiest member of the Addams family, Carolyn Jones. And her partner, Little Joe from Bonanza, Michael Landon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Dad.
And you were saved by Carolyn Jones.
Well, let's see. I'll start with number 13, across. I see.
Weren't we? All right.
I'm going to have to start looking over.
I wouldn't have let it go by.
Taciturn. No, that's too much.
Let me... hold it. No whispering, please.
My turn or his?
No, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Well, let's take something easy like 12 across.
12 across.
Nance hadn't had a serious relationship since the divorce, but he had recently fallen in love with Kelly Van Dyke, daughter of Jerry Van Dyke and niece of Dick Van Dyke. As a child, Kelly appeared in the series My Mother the Car, considered one of the worst shows of all time. And as an adult, she worked in the porn industry under the name Nancy Kelly.
Wow.
Appearing in such videos as Anal Adventures and Old Fashioned Spanking, which Jack also appeared in. And he's one of the few mainstream actors to have appeared in a porn film.
Oh, shit.
She also, though, had a lot of guilt and depression. She told the National Enquirer, quote, "I was desperate to get my father's attention. And when I didn't get it, I went wild. I was an alcoholic and I began having sex when I was 11.
Jeez.
I even went to a wild Hollywood party and was drinking heavily. I came onto a major movie star and we ended up having sex. When my father found out about my alcohol and sex problems, he forced me to live with my grandmother."
Is that a way to straighten you out?
She had problems with substance abuse majorly, and Jack Nance actually met her in rehab. They married in May 1991.
Really? Jack,
yeah.
Geez.
Wow.
May 1991, and the marriage was rocky from the get-go. Although Nance claims it was also happy.
Because she's young and he's old as shit at this point.
Yeah. And remember, he looks a lot older and physically is pretty much older.
You get the liver spots.
Yeah, he really is like a grandpa.
Well, he just chugs vodka all day long. Its damage might be done.
No, he was sober during this whole Twin Peaks thing, and it was like a resurgence for him. He started to really enjoy life again.
Yeah.
And he was bringing in good money from the show, so he was actually very happy. But then he connected to this really troubled girl, and it really pulled him into the dark side.
Oh, yeah.
Which
That'll do it.
About to get into right now. At a party for Twin Peaks, the cast and crew.
Imagine what that rap party's like.
Nance showed up with his wife, Kelly, and one of her girlfriends. And, you know, David Lynch, ever the observationalist.
Yeah, he's just talking shit about his buddy all the time.
He observed that when Nance left the room, Kelly Van Dyke would immediately start hitting on other guys.
Oh, shit.
So he said, so I kind of got what their whole situation was. Nance says that the last half a year of her life, Kelly Van Dyke was hopelessly addicted to booze and antidepressants. She had become bitter and hostile and even had an affair with porn actor Jerry Butler. And then to jab at Nance, she called him up and forced him to listen to her having sex with him.
Jesus.
Towards the end, even the porn.
Kind of. Yeah. Doesn't it? I don't know.
Her friend and co-performer, Daphne, recalls being uneasy about the gig.
You think?
Kelly got a little too wild, and then one of the attendees, a man named Brandy Cordova, became protective of her. So then she left with him, and they went back to her place. And then her lover, Jerry Butler, the porn star, and his girlfriend, Lisa Loring, who played Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family TV show.
Oh, my God.
They joined them that night, and in a drunken haze, Kelly Van Dyke tried heroin for the first time.
Why not?
And shot up, and then talked of wanting to kill herself.
Oh, boy.
Jeez.
Back in L.A., Kelly was having an episode, a manic episode. And Jack, I'll call him Jack now.
Okay.
He was trying to calm her down over the phone. And supposedly he was fed up and he attempted to bring up the idea of separating. But Kelly was combative and inconsolable. So he said he was going to hang up. He didn't want to deal with it. But then she threatened that if he did so, she would kill herself. All of a sudden, the phone went dead because of the storm. So Jack rushed over to director Bobby Logan's cabin and said, "I think my wife just killed herself." And the director thought it was a joke because they had been pulling pranks on each other throughout the filming. So then the director quipped, "Listen, Jack, being married to you, who could blame her?"
Oh, my God.
Then there was a pause and a tear strolled down Jack's cheek. And Logan realized it wasn't the rain. This was real.
Fuck.
Jack was desperate to get in touch with her before it would be too late. They tried another phone in the cabin, but it was dead too. In a nightmarish scenario that can be described as Kafka-esque, you like that word?
Nice.
They drove to a nearby saloon, but that phone was dead too. Then they stopped by a firehouse, but it was empty. Apparently, they were off that day. And so,
because it's raining, so they just let's go.
Yeah, they're like,
let's hang it up here.
All the fires will be put out naturally. Finally, they found a sheriff's station where there was one deputy on duty. He then placed a call to the LAPD and to the manager of her North Hollywood apartment on Bellingham Avenue.
What? Wait, Bellingham? That's way up there.
They found her dead, hanging from a nylon cord in her bedroom.
Oh, my God.
She was 33 years old. All right, get this. Less than a week later, Jack Nance was back on set to finish the movie. And the irony is that the first scene he filmed coming back involved him apologizing to his granddaughter, whose name is Kelly.
Wow. Wait, what kind? Meatballs 4, what the fuck happened? This story got up way off the track.
Yeah.
I thought it was just about a camp where people just, showed their nuts.
I guess he made a bad financial decision in the movie, and so he has to sell the camp. So that's what he just told them.
He's the camp owner. Okay.
He just told them that in this clip, and he's apologetic.
Let's hear it.
Son, I want to thank you for everything you've done for us. You brought back an awful lot of good memories. Kelly, sweetheart.
That was the name of his wife.
Forgive me.
Oh,
And this was days after.
Wow.
You can't watch that clip without feeling a little something.
Yeah.
So many ways around this. And we have a clip of a current affair of the show.
The happiest day of my life was the day that I married Kelly Van Dyke.
It cuts to the wedding photo where he's frowning.
Bewildered, Jack Nance sits alone in the apartment where Kelly killed herself and reflects on happier days. But there were ugly days.
The home video footage of her last bachelor party in Burbank.
Jesus.
Ugly days when Jack knew that wedded bliss was mixed with wedded hell. Days when Kelly was consumed in a haze of alcohol and drugs to soothe her unfulfilled dreams of being a superstar of the silver screen. To realize she was only a bit player on a screen where no one wins Oscars.
Oh, my God.
Reputation.
I heard Kelly,
the phone call
Kelly's voice. And she said, "I love you, Jack." And there was hope. And then she was gone.
Eesh.
So you can see it in
rough.
his eyes. He's very distraught. It destroyed him. He was on a good roll, and that was short-lived. This just killed him.
I think
we're also going to get into the Wednesday Addams Family 66 Sacrifice Matrix. Now, I don't often get the heebie-jeebies or creeped out about stuff, but the synchronicity surrounding the death of the actor who played Wednesday in the original Addams Family with the Wednesday reboot, it's startling. Literally startling. Now, this is Lisa Loring. the original Wednesday from the Addams Family. And this is her in 1964. We already went over all the numbers surrounding this woman. 64 to 66. She died at age 64. And 66 days after the Addams Family reboot, she died. Weird, but here's the thing. They say here that she died from a stroke caused by smoking and hypertension. Now, how often do you hear someone announcing someone's death and giving the cause of the death caused by smoking? Now, you're going to see how this all fits in to this final episode of the Addams Family reboot in just a few moments here. This whole smoking thing happened in the episode 66 days before she died. And in that final episode, Wednesday's identical clone ancestor gives her life to heal her after she is fatally wounded by none other than a smoke demon. But there's even more. Because the 66 days appears in the episode as 6 vials full of amputated body parts used in a ritual to revive the smoke demon and Wednesday's team of 6 classmates.
I realized that Tyler brutally disemboweled 6 people, then harvested a variety of their body parts for good measure.
So she mentions the 6 people dismembered. You're going to see them in jars later on in the episode. This is the final episode of the Wednesday reboot, 66 days before the original Wednesday died. Let's keep watching.
Okay.
Now here are the original 6 classmates, including Wednesday, surrounding this guy who is supposed to be what they call a Hyde. So a Hyde is like a monster demon type of thing. And Wednesday knows that it's him, so she grabs a total of 6 students and they surround the guy. So there's your 66 right there. Now, to complete their ritual, they have to have Wednesday dying, don't they? So how do you kill off Wednesday without killing her? Well, you kill her clone.
6 people, 6 people, 6 people.
So as far as I could surmise, these must be the body parts from the dismembered people that she mentioned earlier. They've been put in jars. And in this ritual surrounding the casket of the smoke monster, as you'll see a little bit later, it revives him and resurrects him. Now, this teacher right here plays like she's nice, but she's actually really evil. And you're going to hear her next keep hinting at Wednesday's destiny, which is her death, her sacrifice. It will be used to revive the smoke demon. So this is the graphic I uploaded to Facebook for those of you that want this graphic to show people. I mean, not that people care anymore. I mean, people are so asleep, they don't even get it, right? But there are people out there you can wake up with this kind of information.
6 people, 6 people, 6 people.
So here's where things get creepy. Because this is Lisa Loring, who played the original Wednesday. And she died 66 days after the airing of the reboot. Wow.
What, Oleander? One of nature's deadliest.
I was weeding my wolfsbane and I just completely lost track of time. This is a parting gift. It also symbolizes destiny and renewal. You're a very talented young woman, Wednesday. I can't wait to see what you do next. My name is...
So, The evil teacher stabs the good teacher in the neck with a blue substance. It's the blue blood, of course, which is nightshade in this instance.
Nightshade poisoning.
A fitting end, don't you think?
Teacher then knocks Wednesday out with a shovel and cuts her hand in a hand-cutting ritual to resurrect the smoke demon.
So, I bided my time until you were ready to be sacrificed.
You were the key.
A living descendant on the night of a blood moon.
So there you see the smoke coming out of the casket of the smoke demon. She died of smoking. So the smoke demon almost kills her by piercing her side with a dagger. And the only thing that saves her is her identical clone ancestor named Goody. Goody has to sacrifice herself. Goody is basically the Gemini twin of Wednesday. The ancestor, the predecessor, which would basically be Lisa Loring, the predecessor of Wednesday.
Actress Lisa Loring, the original Wednesday Addams. Guys, she was 6 years old in that role.
Seasons from 1964 to 66, making a recent return to the spotlight thanks to the massive Netflix hit Wednesday. Lisa Loring was 64 years old.
TV's original Wednesday Addams has died.
I'm Wednesday.
Loring was cast as Wednesday when she was just 6 years old, since Loring originated it in 1964. She was 64 years old.
Seasons from 1964 to 66.
She was 6 years old.
Loring was cast as Wednesday when she was just 6 years old.
By Laura Ingalls Wilder, I was a deprived child. I was reading Edgar Allan Poe. I was sort of a lot like Wednesday on the Addams Family growing up, actually. That was like my big favorite show.
Come aboard.
The other person on your manifest is my stepdaughter, Cindy.
Those fingers in my hair.
Cindy, would you please get a move on?
Yeah.
And for heaven's sake, stop that caterwauling.
That strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. Those fingers in my hair, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. My heart says yes, indeed, in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I'd never switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you. Hear the stare.
That's her. That's the girl.
Take the kid, little Jackie Coogan. The emotional moment is when the authorities try to take the kid, little Jackie Coogan, away from the tramp. Extraordinarily realistic emotion here. Little Jackie Coogan, little Jackie Coogan.
7 across. I'd like to have 7 across.
No, time is up, and it's Carolyn's turn. To some people, it's a joke, but this is how Eve got started. Period of time.
Era.
Era is correct. Your turn.
Pain.
Pain is correct. 4 letters.
Me.
Right. You are right.
That helped a lot.
I don't talk out of it. You
No,
don't
I
want to
don't
try?
think I'd better.
And this may prove disastrous for your team. Hold it. No whispering, please. For your team. Hold it. No whispering, please. And we're back to Carolyn's team. And this may prove disastrous. And this may prove disastrous for your team. Hold it. No whispering, please. For your team. And we're back to Carolyn's team. And this may prove disastrous. And this may prove disastrous for your team. Hold it. And no whispering, please. This may prove disastrous for your team. Hold it. No whispering, please.
The wrong person is the father of the baby.
Not brilliant.
And it's not just not brilliant, it's the idiot plot, what I've always talked about, where one word from any one of three different people collapse the entire plot, because then the father wouldn't have thought that, and then everything would have been different, and so they all have to be very careful not to say that one word.
In most movies of idiot plots, you do not have performances this good. I'm telling you that this young actress is given a good.
She doesn't grow up. She just moves right along according to the requirements of this pre-canned plot.
She comes to that camp naive, and she grows up.
That's a cliche, Gene. That's a cliche.
Not the way she plays it. Not the way she plays it.
It's just all by the numbers.
Not the way she plays it.
All by the numbers. The dancing is good. The plot.
She's good. Tell me she's not good.
She's okay.
I think.